it's from there or it's from this plank over here. I hate rolling when you're still. I'm so bad at that. Where's my aim there? What happened to my aim there? I was... I think I'm tired. I think I'm getting too tired for this. I'm not done, though. We're going to unlock that. But... I think I'm just getting tired. Where's the fun if there's no deaths? Stupid deaths. Deaths constantly, for no reason whatsoever. I'm going to die a lot. Unfortunately, I'm trying to cope with the fact that I feel like I'm terrible at games, and I know people are watching me die, and it just makes my anxiety through the roof, but... Like, I'm having a lot of fun. And I haven't had this much fun streaming in a long while. I was starting to think, oh no, it's happening again with, you know, my YouTube channel fell off. It's kind of like, I feel like it's happening again, where it's like, I don't know if I want to stream. I just wasn't feeling it. But it was definitely just depression and stuff. Like, I just wasn't feeling it for the past few months. Even though I wanted to do a bunch of, like, October-themed streams, like scary games and stuff. But, like, for something just happened. And I don't know. I'll play them outside of October from now on, but, like... And maybe do some Spooktober stuff, but expect to see the stuff that I was going to stream for October outside of that. Oh my god, I didn't think I rolled enough. Man, I gotta practice that again, man. Yo, what's happening? I found your... Oh, thank you. What's good, man? Just doing some good old BloodBorne. Welcome to the chat. Alright. Time to go get us a doll set. And a few other good stuff. Great. Thank you for doing streaming in that. I'm going to design banners, icons, and overlays for your stream. Really? I appreciate it. Oh, is it? Oh. Is it really? Now I feel dumb. You on my profile. Abandoned doll. I don't know why it's... I see. Bot or not, I'm bad at telling when people are. Yeah, I kind of should have noticed that immediately when he said my name and the title. I didn't think about that because I'm not a very experienced streamer with a lot of people, and I may have had a few bots, but I'm not good at picking up on that, so thank you. I checked out his channel and immediately saw that that's a bot. It's empty. I mean, even if you're not streaming, you'd still like. It would still like you could still tell. But thank you. Yeah, I'm not good at that. So if there's any bots that I clearly don't know is a bot, thank you. Like, tell me. I don't know how I don't know how a lot of that works. I have only been on Twitch for a few years streaming wise. I've been watching Twitch for a few years, but I'm not really an active chatter. So I don't really pay attention to a lot of the chat. Sometimes I do, but like with bots and stuff, it's hard for me to tell a lot of that. Some are obvious. Him, not so much for me, but some are fairly obvious. I've also had trolls too in my chat. So, I find that to be more annoying and worse, but hey. Alright, I think that clears this area out. Oh wait, did I light the lamp? I did. Alright. Well, I'm glad you're at least enjoying. Sometimes, most of the time, I have at least a few people. Certain games will get me up to like maybe 10 people. Like Phantasy Star Online tends to get me upwards of 10 people. Monster Hunter will get me in upwards of 10 to 20 people. More, I guess more popular. I don't know, this game's great and it's popular and it definitely was probably popular in its time, but more action oriented, like games like I guess Monster Hunter and stuff like that, and PSO, well, that's not really action oriented. Phantasy Star Online, not so much. 2 is, but those are more popular, I guess, with some people. I just get a lot more love when I play those for some reason, though. Even though BloodBorne's great. I just don't think a lot of people care for the Souls franchise. Oh my goodness! Because I noticed some view counts on YouTube, the Souls franchise doesn't get as many as some of the other people's stuff. Like Team 4 Star, for instance. I mean, it makes sense. They do a lot of games, but their main focus is abridging. But Dark Souls, while was a fun playthrough, I don't think Bloodborne and Dark Souls really did them that well. Some viewers are picky as shit. It really annoys me. It's like, okay, it's a great game. They have great commentary. They have great, you know, groups of people. They have great commentary and great, like, ethic, and they work well together. They have good flow, but some people just don't like a certain game they play. And it kind of, like, just drops their view count. I don't know how that really works. It's weird how a good chunk of their fan base won't watch some things. It's like, you would think for as big as a company as some people are, or big as a, YouTuber, streamer as they are, everyone would watch them. Like, I have now over 200 followers, and I appreciate all of it. I don't see half that. Not that I understand, and I don't expect to get nowhere near any of that yet. But you would think I grew fast, too. Like, I did several months straight of Phantasy Star, and immediately, not even a few months, I had my sub button. My affiliate status. So, I mean, I grew very, very quickly. And still growing. Like, it slowed down after a while, but, like, my path to the original 50 to 100 was very, very quick. I wasn't even streaming for a full year before I was an affiliate. I can get partner status, I just need a lot more consistent shatters and consistent follows. That's gonna be a while. Ow. Unfortunately. But getting affiliate, that is very easily done. All you need is 50 follows, certain amount of hours streamed, and stream on a certain amount of days. Very easy. I did that easily. I did the other two within the first few weeks, at least. Oh my god, I am being an idiot here. Ow. Come on, man. Let's rather not. I want to open this first. I don't know why I'm dying to every fucking thing now. Huh. Alright. Vicar Amelia is now accessible for me. All I need to do is... For me, all I need is consistent viewers of 3+. All I need is at least one viewer, and I'm happy. I mean, generally speaking, I'll still talk. I'll still play when I have 0 viewers. But there are times where chat is just so quiet, even though some people might be lurking. It's nice to have at least one person, though, and it makes me happy. Even if you don't sub or donate. And I've had people donate, as you can see from the top. I've had a ton of people donate. A few of them are actually close friends, people I know. A couple of those people in there are people I know personally, who actually supported me. And then the one girl who actually donated over $100, not all at once, but total, I was like surprised as hell for, and that makes me so happy that people love me enough to throw hard-earned money at me, even though, like, I'm not the most hilarious. I can be boring. I can get tiring. But everyone does. And yeah, you're close to affiliate then. If that's all you need. Oy, I'm bad at this version. I'm stuck. I'm bad at this version. Don't know why. It's the same damn one. It's just got a larger hitbox with that weapon, I think. Yet, I'm just terrible at hitting this one. I don't know why. It's got the same. It's just got a bigger weapon. I was about to say, did you just say check out that ass? That's what it sounded like. Ow! You can parry that? I don't parry that attack, so I don't know. Get down here. Hoppa! Whoopa! Whoopa! Ow. Whoo-wee! Alright, I gotta stop being bad. This is the time where I can actually just... I may later on go back and get the stuff I missed. Maybe. Probably not. Whoa! 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 My main file, I can do a lot of that. Because I plan on, I'll probably on my own time beat through the rest of my main file and then get onto a fresh new game plus for you guys. And then you can see me with my best character. It'll probably be a lot more boring because I probably won't die as much. Who knows? New game, something or other, does quite a bit of damage, so, but... My damage, though, I'll obliterate bosses pretty easily. Oh, wee! That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. I hate Chainball Bro. He's the worst one. The worst one of these guys. I don't know why. Giving enemies a certain weapon, and it freaking changes everything. Ow. You're like the dude from Dark Souls 1 DLC with the weird fetish for being chained up, and I don't even know if that's I don't even think that's his lore, but there's a dude chained up, and he's got like this weird long stick thing sticking out of his head, then he's got a ball and chain on him, and I hate him. Hate him. Right. The door that does nothing. It's the door by Cleric Beast, if I recall correctly. I don't know why it's... Right? This is that door, right? I think. I don't... That door does not open, right? I have bad memory, but I've beaten this game enough times to think I know every area, and I've been to every area, obviously. But, like, that's the door by the Cleric Beast, right? That's what I thought I saw a video on. Someone, because I sworn I saw a video of a guy dropping the coins down, and he found out where that door was to, but it just never was used. Which is dumb, because it gives you the option, it says closed. Most doors that don't, like this one looks like it could be, it looks like you could talk to it, or, you know, whatever, but there's no action, so it's just background. But that door literally has this is closed. So it seems like it would have been, it was unused assets, obviously. So it might have been used at one point, or planned to. I mean, this game was originally planned to have, what, 2 DLCs, and then they combined it? And then you saw a lot of the DLC assets from the, what would have been BloodBorne in Dark Souls 3's first DLC, which is why the DLCs, and I think 3 suffered to me. It's because a lot of the assets were basically reused, and they were originally BloodBorne's assets. For a good chunk of it. Which is why I think Freed would have been suited better for BloodBorne as a boss fight. Because of her speed. Just, like, maybe speed her up a little bit more. She does have, like, Dark Souls X speed. But I feel like, yeah, I feel like she would have been better in BloodBorne. Blood-starved bitch is dead. Good. My. A giggity giggity boo. A giggity giggity boo. Yibbity yibbity yoo. Oh, you're the fucking flamethrower, dude! Oh my god, I just died to this guy now. Oh my god. And I am not gaining souls. I'm losing them. I just died to the flamethrower guy because I completely forgot that that's what he does. And yet, I'm not paying attention to the weapons either. I'm really... Most of the time, I don't really pay attention to a lot of the enemies. I pay attention to really myself most of the time when I'm attacking. Also, I'm here? Is this the last place I rested, really? I mean, I did go straight to there. Makes sense. Alright. I don't have any... I do have bubbles. That's good. Yes, please. Alright. I wish this game would have boss weapons. And I'm not talking about getting Moonlight Greatsword from Ludwig. I'm talking about actual boss weapons. Like, turn in the stupid blood soul, whatever the hell you would call a boss soul. The soul of a Vicar Amelia, and to make... I don't know. Something. You can take something from Blood-Starved Beast to make a poison weapon or something. Oh my, yeah, I feel you on that one. I feel you on the no sleep aspect sometimes. I did that yeah, 2 days ago. I was up till like 4 in the morning. I did pass it. I did fall asleep eventually, but I still had to wake up at an hour later. Which kind of would have been not the smartest choice, because that kind of makes you more tired in the long run. But yeah, I did that not too long ago. And I still, like, even though I went to bed yesterday pretty early, I still am somewhat feeling the effects of that. Plus, I do work. I do work at a warehouse, and I work and walk around for 8 hours a day, putting shit on shelves. And that's a very, very demanding... I mean, it's easy. Job's easy. It's just, it's very exhausting after a while. Ironically, I make more money, but the job is easier there than it is at Chick-fil-A, ironically. I mean, it is a fast food. There's a lot to monitor, but it's basically a kid's job. It's an entry-level job. It's for when you're, like... in high school or after immediately, and you're trying to save up money for some college stuff and shit, because a lot of the kids I worked with were all early teens, and only a handful of people were like adults. Mainly all the back, because you got to be 18 at least to work in the back, but still. No. Oh, yo, Charlene, hey, welcome. You got to get up at 7:30 to get to a place for 8:30. But like, I'm a big insomniac and also suffer from a lot of mental ill. I also have oh Jesus. I'm sorry to hear about your inner demons, my dude. I mean, everyone has those, but you're the literal disorder. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm here for you though, man. Yeah, if you ever can't sleep and you see me live, or if you join the Discord, just feel free to shoot. Just feel free to message, or feel free to just start chatting. If any of us are up, we'll talk. Or if I'm streaming, I'll be here. Always here to talk. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that, man. That sucks. I've always had issues with sleeping since I was like in high school. Maybe even before that. I was always like up late, very late. So I'm slowly becoming kind of like that. I'm not quite there yet. Only because work is exhausting enough to where it passes me out. But, thank you, Charlene, for linking that. I don't know if you joined it prior or not when I linked it the first time, but thank you for linking it. But yeah, I'm slowly getting there. There's days where I can't sleep. I'm still somewhat feeling the effects of the other day where I was up till like 4 a.m. and, you know, went to work. So, I'm definitely groggy. I've been groggy all day. What you get for working in a warehouse, though. It's exhausting. Better than... It's actually less exhausting, though, than standing in one spot, though. Imagine working at a restaurant when you're literally running on 24 hours of no sleep. Literally, me just standing there when it's slow, I'm literally phasing in and out. I'm passing, I'm slowly phasing in and out of, like, sleep and awake state. So I'm, like, swaying back and forth from the exhaustion. I can stay up and work at Sears and not be as tired because I'm moving. But there was one time I was literally running off autopilot at Sears because I was so tired I was, like, passing out while on the floor. While moving. Actually, the longest I've stayed up was 4 days straight. I worked 4 days straight with no sleep. It is exhausting. Oh, working at night is far more exhausting. And I closed for a while. I did closing at Chick-fil-A for a few months, and I closed at Five Guys for a few months. So I know how it is. I hated it, though. I hated closing. It sucks. I hated the cleaning, and I hated getting out of work at, like, 11 o'clock. Even though Chick-fil-A closes earlier than that, I hated getting out at nearly midnight. Because I also had to go drop my friend off, too, because my friend, one of my coworkers there is a good friend of mine, or a close friend of mine. Not really close, I just met him not that long, like, when I first started there. But, like, we've known each other for a few years. And he can only work those hours if he got a ride, because the buses didn't run then. Why am I coming up here? So I'd offered to give him a ride. So yeah, by the time I get home, it'd be like midnight. And it was once a week, but still, it was exhausting. Damn! Before passing out and waking up like a week later. I would not be surprised. My controller's moving on its own. I would not be surprised. Shit, anyone would be dead after that. Yeah, I've never stayed up that late. But I stayed up enough to start hallucinating. Ow. I was seeing some colors and shit. I was seeing some things. Sleep deprivation is no joke, my dude. I can't imagine how you must have felt after all that. Oh my god. I've been dealing with these things since the age of 3. Ugh, almost 14 years ago. My god, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I mean, I've been dealing with my issues, too. With my anxiety and stress and all that. But it's nowhere near as bad as what you got. So I'm here for you, always. I've just always been a very nice guy, and my friends always would come to me for, like, I have guy friends who would always come to me for any, like, just to talk to me about, like, girl problems. If they're ever down about some lady they're dating. Or this guy being a total fucking dickhead right now. Or, you know, just other issues. What the hell is going on? But yeah, I've always been the guy that my friends would come to if they ever have any issues with, like, dating, or I'm not the greatest at dating, but, like, I'm just there to help them out of the depression state. My longest... Oh, I almost read your message again. But yeah, like... Because it's no fun getting your heart cracked in half. Having seen a few of my friends who I've never seen cry in front of me before is, like... I don't know if that's, like... I appreciate that you're actually, like, opening up to me, but I also am sorry that this happened. Because they're usually my friends would help me with my issues with dating a woman and my heartbreak. And my most recent, which is a few years now, was probably one of the worst pains I've ever felt. I literally felt not only physical pain, but the emotional heart crack. And I swear, my last 2 relationships, after we broke up, I could not do anything that reminded us of them. Like, I couldn't play Fable 2 at the time when that was already a few years older by that point. But Fable 2 at the time when it first came out, I was dating a girl, and we didn't play it, but she watched me play it a lot. And every time I'd play that with a friend, it just reminded me of her. I couldn't play it for several months. My other ex dumped me. I couldn't watch certain animes that we loved. I couldn't do certain things. It was hard. It's really hard. So, like, I was glad that they were there for me, but I was down for a very, very long time. Several months. I mean, every day to day, I don't want to do anything. That's how bad my depression got. To the point where I almost thought of taking enough drugs to try to stop my pain, but I never went through with it. But the farthest I went is I took a couple just random pills and see where it went with it, and it made me sick. But I never tried to initially end my life, but I thought about it. Remember this, my life is not the worst. I live a very good life. I have friends, I have family, I have people who love me. But in all cases, that's not enough. Because people have committed suicide. And they have loved ones, families, things. One person's 5 on a depression scale can be one other person's 10. While my anxiety and stress ain't the worst thing in the world, it's enough. I've had enough issues in my life and people walking out on me and telling me to shut up and, go away because I'm annoying, and all my life being pushed down because I was different, and girls hating me because I was different. I liked them and girls avoided me, thought I was basically the plague. Everyone would pick on me because I loved anime and skateboarding, and it was hard. I got picked on so much. And I was like a good kid. I didn't want to get into any fights. I haven't not been in a single fight in my entire life. I've come close to it. I've really wanted to punch some people in the face, and I almost have. There was a dude who started spreading AIDS rumors about me because there was a girl I dated. My first official girl who took my virginity was a big slut. So this guy was going around saying I have AIDS because he hated her and he knows of her. And how I heard about it, Charlene specifically, how I heard about this is Tom told me, Zero, because he went to the same school as me. Both him and my ex at the time told me this. I walked up to him, literally picked him up by one-handed and had my other hand cocked, ready to punch him in the face. I was in front of school. I didn't want to do anything. So I dropped him and he ran home crying. About a weekish, you start hallucinating. Then after 2, your whole body starts shutting down. I hallucinate on the get-go. So weak, don't do too much. My body hardly ever functions, so heartbreak is one of the worst things you can feel. It requires an out. Yes, it does. Anybody can only take a certain amount. Each person's amount is different than others. That is true, yes. Who you are. I have a pretty strong will, but it can crack very, very, very easily if you know how. And like I said, anxiety is one of the worst things. I have issues with women. I think whenever I date and they're gonna cheat on me, in most cases it's happened. So it's hard for me. It's not that I don't trust them, it's just I can't shake that feeling in my heart. And possibly jealousy? I don't see why he would be jealous of me dating the girl that who he spread their age rumors from, because even I kind of look back on that and kind of regret dating her. She's actually not all that good looking. Not that that's really the important part. It's personality, and she did not have that either. She did not have really the greatest of looks nor the personality. In fact, her personality matched her looks. That's how bad her personality was. Because whenever you truly love somebody, you love them for their personality, and that becomes them. Whether or not they're actually good looking to other people. But this girl, she wasn't the worst, but her personality was so bad that it just basically made her her. So she was ugly inside and out. But yeah, I don't know why he'd be jealous over that. Could have been. But either way, he just started this bullshit. It got to my ears. It nearly beat the crap out of him. And there was a time where he even stated to me that he doesn't want to fuck with me. He knows I'll kick his ass. He told me this straight to my face. And I was like, well, don't piss me off. And he's done enough to warrant this. My best friend actually destroyed I had a closet mirror that was it was a closet door, but it was a mirror. My best friend literally took the same dude and cracked my mirror with his body. Like, it didn't break completely, it just cracked it. Like how a mirror cracks, but not falls apart. All he did was crack it. But it was a thick door, and it took a lot of force to actually do that damage. The reason why he did that is because this guy is not only an asshole, he's heavily racist. And my best friend's Hispanic. And he was tired of his bullshit. He drops racial bombs left and right. Hispanic racial bombs, black racial bombs. Even racial bombs towards his own. And he's Italian. He makes fun of his own, too. Even though just because you're of a certain background doesn't mean it gives you the right to just be a straight up racist. So my friend nearly wanted if my friend had free reign, he would have fucking suplexed his ass. My best friend is not, he was a wrestler, but not like professional. But he would have literally wrecked his face if given the chance. Give me a moment and I'll read that. Because anxiety, I find it hard to make... No, it is hard. It's mainly also the reason I am a shut-in. Because of my young childhood, I don't like people too much. Like, this is the amount of interaction I prefer. Like, I'll have my friends, and I prefer the chat I prefer chat interaction than being in person with a lot of people personally. Like, I am happier talking with you guys, making connection with you guys, possibly meeting in the future if ever, than actually trying to make some bonds outside of that. Because I have the friends that I need. I'll find a girlfriend eventually and make a bond with that. But, like, I'm not out trying to just make new friends. I have a few friends at work. That's fine. But, like, yeah, I'm fine with if me and you guys just, friends with people on stream. That's more comfortable for me. And you still talk, so you can at least create conversations. That's why I love Twitch. Do that to tend to not get involved with anyone in real life. To get hurt. If anything bad happens, I have 2 special people consider friends and have a boyfriend currently. Though, I don't want to put myself in the position to be able to be hurt once again, being alone for the rest of my life. I'm trying... No, I feel ya. I'm already 30, and I haven't started a family, or I'm still living with my parents, and a lot of things. It's just life, though. I mean, not everyone's going to be able to move out. And I, unfortunately, am not the greatest with money, but also I haven't had much luck with them either. Good jobs, even. Like, Sears is my best job. I mean, it's not even that... The pay is not even the greatest, either. I mean, it's decent pay. But for my age, most people would have been set for life for this point with a career. And at this point, I don't even know where I'm going in my life. I like art, but my art's not the greatest, so I'm like, I don't practice it anymore because I'm busy with Twitch and with friends back home and stuff. I never really drew, so like, I didn't really care to sell my stuff back at school either, so, but like, I knew I wasn't going to be able to find a job in the art field, and that's hard to do though, even if you are good. But like, I also wanted to get into game design, but then I realized that's something I would have to take a lot of classes for that I'm not good with. I'm not good at a lot of the computer stuff, and I'm not good with math and anything else that requires, that video game design requires. I would not be able to do that. As much as I love that kind of stuff. Alright. Boy! Well, yeah, if I ever get the money and I'm on my own, I definitely want to go to some conventions. Fuck you! I actually dashed. I'm out of vial word? Shit. I actually dashed that, though. I dashed that, too. I'm not great at... It's been a while since I fought Vicar Amelia. Ow, don't stomp on me. Ah, wrong way! Actually, no, that was the right way. It was just too soon. TwitchCon could be a possibility? Too much people is not really the problem. I can go to conventions. I have no anxiety being around, well, I have anxiety when people are too close. People I don't know specifically when they start to walk into my safe zone. But like I don't have issues like some people when you're around a cramped room of people. Like I mean, I was in college or high school where I'm surrounded by that every day. And I know there's more than that at a convention. That's fine. I don't have that kind of anxiety. I don't want people all in my face, but like I can be around crowds. The worst part about that would probably be the constant loud lunchroom volume of people. Like that kind of stuff bothers me. Like I hate when a room is that loud and it's repetitive talking. Like that kind of gives me a headache after a while. That's why I hated like lunchrooms, because it echoes and it's so loud and it's just like, I just want music. That might be the worst thing when it comes to a convention. That or getting sick. I hear a lot of sick stories from conventions. As long as I'm completely fine with, I don't know what I'm gonna end up being in the future, but I have too much on my plate. Anything about, yeah, so do I. And education, most of the time, education is not worth it in the end. I mean, I have an associate's in fine arts, liberal arts. It didn't really get me much, but I mean, But like, still, like, I can spend all this money in school and not really do much with it. I mean, there's a few streamers I watch who actually quit their career to stream, and then few of them mentioned that they graduated college and nothing came of it. So like sometimes spending all that money will put you in debt too, and it's not something I can afford right now. And if I were to take classes, it'd probably be online anyway. I don't have the time to go to a class. I mean, I could after work, but I don't want to go straight to school after work. Fuck that. But I'm good. Believe it or not, I've been out of college for over 10 years now. Surprisingly enough, I graduated high school in '08 and then started college immediately in the fall of 2008. I've been out of college for already 10 years. Believe it or not, my high school reunion actually happened not that long ago. So, like, I feel old, even though I'm not. Yeah, I'm paying a loan. All I know, I could be homeless within the next... I forgot. I didn't actually finish your message there. Do anything about my education. All I know is I could be homeless in the next year, 6 months. Ouch. I mean, that... Honestly, at this rate, I feel like I'm going to as well. I know my parents would never do that until... Like, I know some parents may throw their kids out if they don't get a job or something. My parents would never do that to me, but my dad keeps hinting at it. You can tell, if you were here, you can tell my dad's ready for me to move out. He keeps hinting, you want to go back to Illinois? You want to go to California? It's like, okay, I want to move out too, but I don't have the money for this, you know. So I'm thinking I might stay in PA for a few years if they move. Hopefully save up enough money and then go back home. That means I have to go find a job there, though. Which, ugh. I'm not good at job hunting. Not good at job hunting. Alright, well, I'm going to get off for the night, guys. I am getting tired. I've been streaming for almost 5 hours. It is 11 p.m. 11 p.m. I have to be up at 5:45. I'm getting pooped. I could see for a transfer, but I don't know if there's any Sears warehouses out in my area. I could try whenever I do leave, I can ask. Yeah, I can always ask before I like move to see if there's any way to transfer. As of right now, there is plans of my parents leaving and going back to Illinois, but I don't know, nothing's set in stone officially. But I was definitely planning on doing that if I ever move back, to see if there is a facility that I can maybe have them link me to, but I don't know if there is one in my hometown or if it's like a few hours away. I don't really want to commute that far if that's the case, because there was a job that I could have gotten before. Well, Sears, I was in the process of getting hired. There was another job that the agency was offering me. It was a little further out, not far out, probably like a good 20, 30-minute drive. But the hours, I didn't have a car at the time. And the hours, My parents would have to stay up until midnight, almost 1 in the morning to get me. It was night shift. Pretty much the same time, same hours, just night shift. And I think I would be making around the same money, if not more, after I got hired there. But I'd be doing a lot more demanding work, which is fine. But it's not. I didn't want to work night shift, and I'm not gonna make my parents stay up till 1 a.m. every night. Not fair to them. So I said, no, I'm getting hired at Sears. I'm comfortable with the job there. I know it. The people are nice, and the money is good. Well, decent. It's better than Chick-fil-A, and I'm getting a further raise. Plus, after that, I even got a further boost up to $14. So I'm happy with my current position. Who would have known? Like, I could have taken the other job, gotten the initial raise from being hired, and still make less than Sears because Sears got a further boost after that. And for all we know, Sears can get even further boost again. We all don't know. This $14.75 kind of just happened out of nowhere. But they needed to. They said something about, like, increased demand. They needed to up the money in order for some shit or something like that. I don't know. But either way, I'm making more now. Better than that $9.59 I was making. But yeah, I definitely plan on that. But yeah, I'll catch your... Yep, I'll be on tomorrow. Like I said, I'm not really doing a schedule anymore. So Charlene, feel free to join for some PSO. That's going to be happening more than it normally did. So I'm definitely going to be on some PSO tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going to be playing that more often because that is my main staple. I want to get back into that more. Expect a bit more Pokemon and expect a bit more BloodBorne. That's over Dark Souls, but expect more Souls and BloodBorne. But Final Fantasy's coming back, don't worry. Phantasy Star is coming back. I'm just not going to be doing like a set schedule. I'm going to beat through games. I'm just going to be actually playing them for longer periods and actually getting through because I want to beat Phantasy Star 2. I want to beat Final Fantasy 1. I should have beaten Final Fantasy 1 months ago. However, it's one of those older games that if you don't fucking save often, you lose everything. So unfortunately, saves on classic emulators don't often work, so I have to save states. And then I lost my files when my hard drive crashed, so I had to make backup, and then I kind of like gave up. That's one of those times where I was like, fuck it, I quit. But then, I'm back up to what it was, and I just kind of like... Old RPGs was never something I grew up with. Pokemon was like my first RPG, so like classic PS Phantasy Star and classic Final Fantasy was something I never played as a kid. So playing old open-worlded games is tough for me when you have poor memory and can't remember any character dialogue that gives you all your tips and hints where to go. And I had to use a guide for Phantasy Star 1. The dungeons were so bad in that game, I would not have made it out of there. Because it's just one color. The walls are just one color. And it all looks the fucking same. There's no differentiation. And the random encounters are so bad in the first game that they literally re-released it on the Switch with an updated version and a map to make enemy encounters less and give you more experience and money if you play that second mode. But I love them. I love old school RPGs. I love RPGs, and that's why because Phantasy Star Online is one of my favorite games of all time, and it introduced me to the MMO world. And I don't have a lot of patience for MMOs. PSO, luckily, is not a very big MMO in terms of, like, open expansiveness. So I can play that, because there's 3 episodes, and each episode has 4 areas. The final episode only has 1 main area that's split up into separate parts, but each episode has 4 different areas you go through, and unlike bigger MMOs like, say, World of Warcraft or something, you're all over the place. As fun as those MMOs are, I can't get too big into them. But, like, old RPGs like those, I want to get big into them. Because I love Final Fantasy IX. Final Fantasy X and X-2 are the only ones I've beaten. But Final Fantasy IX and X are by far my favorites. And I want to beat through 9. I want to beat through all of them. I've came close to beating 9, and I loved it. So I want to be able to experience the classic games that I grew up watching on the PS1 days, but never played. Because, yeah, by the time I was born at 89, so the NES was... I still have it, but, like, it wasn't long until SNES and Sega. And then, consoles after the Sega Genesis and all those games, and... So I'm more of the Super Nintendo and all that, but I didn't grow up with Phantasy Star, which was on the original... Phantasy Star 1 was on the, it wasn't Genesis, it was Sega something, I forgot what it was. Master System, thank you. Master System. Yeah, no, it's fine. Feel free to join whenever you're free, like right now. And I know I said I was getting off, but I don't mind chatting a little bit. Some people actually requested me to have some small, like, streams like this. I don't know if I'm going to make a whole chat only, like, just, small slice of life stuff. But people have actually enjoyed when I do, like, a few hours, like an hour of this. Because I've done it one time where I was showing off, like, I showed off my YouTube channel. I showed off my old Facebook or MySpace. People enjoyed that, surprisingly enough. So, I don't mind sticking around for a bit more just to chat. I want to get to know you guys too. Like, not like you don't have to tell me anything personal, but it's nice to get to know you guys. Charlene, you've been around for a while, so there's really not much you don't know about how I am on stream. I am slightly getting more patience, so I shouldn't be as bitchy with a lot of things. I know I've bitched a lot with you in the presence, but I'm trying to work on that. But yeah, no, I know you guys are working. Not everyone's gonna be able to join. Zero's hardly gonna be joining anymore because of his current job, but it's good he's able to take care of himself and his family. Yeah, I'm very shy. May not seem like it, but trust me, it's the main reason why I have issues talking to women. It's not so much that I'm shy, it's that I'm self-conscious too. Like, I've always been, I don't know, I'm just bad at talking to people. Like, it's not because I'm a shut-in, it's just I've never been good with conversation. People have always pushed me away, so I've developed a kind of a thing where I'm just bad with talking to women. Specifically, so like I'm also shy when it comes to that, so a lot of the times when I have a crush on a girl, they never know. I've asked out a few girls and I've been turned down a lot, and it sucks, but like I'm just bad with that stuff. So, but talking with you guys online is a bit different. But progress is progress, yes. There might be times I work later at work though. I want to stay later at work, but every other day keeps coming up with things. Yesterday I had a dentist appointment. Today one of my coworkers needed some money. I don't know what I've been. The past 2 weeks before that I was training. I trained I think at least 4 people in the last 2 weeks. So there goes. That's 4 days of training for 2 people. Each person takes 2 days of training, and I trained about 2 to 3 people. So that's about 6 days worth of training within 2 weeks or so. So there goes 4 days to 6 days right there that I didn't want to stay because 1, I wanted to make sure they left, and 2, that's exhausting as hell. I'm talking yep, always happens. That, and whenever I say something to somebody, they don't answer me right away, and they're talking to another person, I feel like they're ignoring me, and I say that, and they're like, no, I heard you, and they still don't answer me. I hate that. So used to people ignoring me and talking over me. I just naturally don't speak. Yep, unless spoken to. Other than that, I am silent. I'm quietly singing. I do sing to myself too. But yeah, no, I hate that. It happens to me all the time. I try talking. People are talking to each other. I understand it's rude to interrupt, but I'm trying to also like join in the conversation. And I clearly tell when I'm being pushed out. Whether you hear me or not, it bothers me. So like, I don't know. It's rude of me to try to interrupt, and I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to actually, add to the conversation. But, 2's a company, 3's a crowd, I guess. Life is life. It's what happens when you become an adult. Yeah. So a lot of issues in my childhood has caused me to want to alienate myself from people because a lot of people are fucking bullshit. I've been robbed, actually, in person, and from my own home, too. Oh, yes. If I have something important to say, I hope they hear me. Most of the time, it's some random nonsense, like some anime or something, or they're talking about something. I don't know. But yeah, like, But that's the main reason why I'm kind of a shut-in too. Like, I don't know. Some people are just assholes. Like I said, I've had someone rob me. I don't know if he actually had a weapon on him, but he had the my hand under the shirt, I have a gun in my hand thing with a bandana on. And I knew if I wasn't alone, so we probably could have taken them, even though I don't fight, but two of my friends there could have they don't go out of the ways to fight, but they been in enough fights that I know they could have handled themselves. And I'm not a bad fighter. I can kick someone's ass. I know my ability. But, like, I don't want to risk getting stabbed. So, and it was just an MP3 player. Like, what are those, like $200, $100 at the time? That's all they got out of me. They didn't even steal anyone else's things. They knew instantly I was one of the weaker ones, the weakest of the group. Because I'm thin and lanky and, like, I have like, little to no muscle mass. My other friends are much stockier than me and can handle themselves better. I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna, I don't know, I'm just one of those guys who just wants to avoid conflict. My problem's not that. A lot of the times that kind of, and help, when it comes to that too, a lot of the times help with medication and stuff doesn't work and it makes things worse. Which is why I also don't want to spend a lot of money on medication for any of the issues I have. It's because I'm just afraid that it's just going to cost me too much and I don't have that. I personally just don't have that. Nor do I have the blood vials. There we go. I don't know why I'm continuing. I'm just bored. Well, not bored, but like, I'm enjoying it actually. I'm having more fun in a while than I had in a while. Maybe it's because BloodBorne is one of my favorite games. Won't be going too much longer though. I don't want to just keep you guys waiting or bored. Make you guys bored of just chatting. Even though that's... A lot of people just like slice of life stuff, though. I kind of actually think it's cool that there's people who stream, like, real-life things besides gaming on Twitch. You know, there's people who cook. There's people who work on cars. You know, people do their hobbies. I think that's cool. I know YouTube is a thing for a lot of random shit, and it's not just gaming, but Twitch, for a more gaming platform, I find that fascinating. That people don't just alienate you because you want to do something different. Or, you know, not every girl's a titty streamer. That's another thing about the community on Twitch, though, that I dislike is whenever they see a girl streaming, they instantly are like, oh, I can see boobies. It's like, not every... I mean, yeah, a handful of them are, but not all of them are. Ow! That's what I need. A nerdy anime gamer girl. Those are hard to find! The few that I've had didn't play that many games with me and didn't watch as much anime as I do, only because they also watch TV. I don't anymore. But like, it'd be nice to have like a girl who's as into gaming and anime as me. That's hard to find. At least for me anyway. Oof. And I met my last ex-girlfriend in at school in an anime convention room, or an anime a room based off. Yeah, it was called the AGU, Anime Gamers Union, basically. It was an anime gaming room. Everyone played frickin' Magic or Xbox or PS3 or whatever, and other things. And I met her in there. That made me the happiest of my life. I need another one of that. Can't even deal with it, especially when some people are just jerks. Yes, it's unfortunate. For everything and most of the contents of the medication was made out of alcohol, so basically they were making me drunk and thinking that it'll help. And ones that weren't just made things worse. And about 5 years ago, last time I ever took medication of any kind to help me, I discovered I had a list for blood. So due to taking medication, I have grown into literally drinking blood and enjoying it. And now I do... Okay. weird. I'm not gonna judge. I didn't mean to judge like that. I'm sorry. Wow. That's a jump! So I guess you're a BloodBorne character? Oh, okay. Lust. Okay. So you're a... I know me and Charlotte are kind of making jokes out of it. I'm sorry. I'm not... BloodBorne character. Conditions are not funny. But I'm not trying to make a joke out of it. I'm just trying to make a light of the situation. You are the real Dracula. Well then. I hope you have immunity to sunlight, my friend. I wonder how it would... I wonder how it would be to be a vampire. I mean, aside from getting burnt by the sun and all. And anything holy. But I'm curious to how it would be to be undead? I mean, yes, they're technically dead. They're animated zombies with a free will. Kind of. But I'm curious how it would be. The whole sunlight thing would murder me, though. But then again, I'm a shut-in, so it really wouldn't matter. But how... Like, unless you have, like a freaking, like, cooler full of blood, how would you survive? I don't know how long a vampire can last without blood, if at all. Not surprised, honestly. In the future, I'm not surprised if they're gonna have, like, some type of Resident Evil-esque, like, virus that's gonna cause everyone to go apeshit. I mean, there was that bath salts incident. That's the closest you're gonna get to, like, some zombies until they make some virus. But zombies naturally will not happen, but scientifically, they can basically recreate something out of Silent Hill. Maybe not so much out of a ritual, but they can make something out of, like, Resident Evil by a virus. They can easily make something like that. Science has evolved this far, and it's still advancing at an alarming rate. My belief is that we're going to be overrun. We're going to be long dead, but my belief is that humanity is going to get... My belief, in one way, is that we're going to go out is we're going to get taken over by AI. Humans are going to create computers and AI so civilized that they're eventually going to somehow develop their own free thought, and it's going to be the end of us. It's going to be one way that we're going to go. Another way we're going to bomb ourselves to death. Or going to make a virus, then GG everybody. Indeed. But go months tops from drinking full human dry blood. They can go a week if they only take... Oh, wow, that's actually not bad. That's actually really good. But, like, yeah, there's a couple beliefs I have. Is like, yeah, AI will either take over or we'll bomb ourselves to death in war. And then we'll basically just become Fallout. Everything will just become Fallout. Post-apocalyptic, everything's all irradiated. Everything's turned into Chernobyl. But humanity is on the brink of death with no chance of redemption. Oh. I don't know anything about Dracula lore, and I know each Dracula is kind of different. No Draculas are like the same. So I don't know specifically if that's like a canon lore for all vampires or if it's different for some characters that people have made up. Whether Dracula is different than other mediums. But, I mean, That's still an interesting fact. Not boring by any means. Let's get some butt vials here. But yeah. If any zombies are going to be happening, it's a virus. There's no way for them to just come out of hell because it's full. Ah, well, that's good. That's cool. I mean, I know a lot of... I'm big into, like, Dark Souls lore and stuff like that. So I know a lot of... I've spent a lot of my time watching and watching up on videos on that shit. So lore from that excites me. So I'm into that kind of stuff. Stuff that you would have to, like, find. Whether it's based off, like, a horror villain or, you know, a video game lore. Like, for a while, I spent many years trying to figure out the lore behind Halloween and, you know, the thriller movies. Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street and a lot of those. And I love a lot of the lore on those. The backgrounds of the villains. Some of them are creepy. Freddy Krueger. They made it even worse in the reboot. Oh, Jesus. But yeah, like, I like that kind of stuff. Good night. I'll be lurking if anyone needs me. Well, take care, Charlene. Yeah, I'll be getting off here shortly here. I'm just gonna farm some files. Honestly, would read up on Dark Souls lore, but... It's a lot of lore. If you want to actually learn it, I suggest either watching a guy named Vati Vidya. I'm sure you already know of him. He can explain a lot of that for you. Or you could just find it online. A lot of my lore that I learned is basically just playing through the game and reading up online. I read all my descriptions of shit when I first play the game. So I learned a lot there, and I learned just a lot just from NPC dialogue and just playing through the game. Some lore is just given to you not just by dialogue and stuff, but some is just given to you because you play the game enough and you can pick up on it. PSO is another game that has a story-ish and missions, and it does have lore and like little capsules you find on the ground. But it is also hidden if you don't really search for a lot of it. It's another stuff that you can kind of just pick up from item descriptions. Item descriptions give you a lot of lore on that game too. So there's a lot of stuff in that game that I love the lore of. And I spent months just reading up on, finding items on. I don't know everything about Phantasy Star Online, much less the originals, but like there's a lot of cool shit in that game. That's the kind of RPGs I'm into. Like, I love grinding. I'm fucked today. Honestly, oh. Why? Yeah, I've always loved the turn-based combat, RPGs, and open-worlded stuff. Even though I'm not the greatest at it, I love that stuff. It's my thing. I also like stories that aren't so straightforward sometimes. It's a fresh air when a game is not so heavily story-based. Like, I love story, but if a game is too heavy story, then it just gets boring. Like, I know I play a lot of games with a lot of cutscenes, and I've played through the first 3 Metal Gear Solid games. Well, I didn't beat all of Snake Eater. I'm close to it, but... And that's not even cutting into nowhere near the cutscenes that Metal Gear Solid 4 has. But I love that stuff. But if it's like, see, Pokemon Sun and Moon story, while nowhere near as crazy as what MGS has, it was enough to where it bored me. Because Pokemon does have a story, yes, but it shouldn't. X and Y and Sun and Moon, well, X and Y was great. Sun and Moon and X and Y started adding way too much exposition and started blocking off your progression, making it linear. While that's not too bad, the story in Sun and Moon, though, was just a bit heavy. And it just got old. And it was a reason why I barely just beat Sun version probably a year ago. Not even a year ago. There's a reason I didn't... and same with Black and White. While that's not as heavy, it's just that game just wasn't that great. And I love Pokemon. Don't get me wrong, I'm Sword and Shield is going to have a shit ton of story. But I don't think... Like, when I did my Let's Play on Omega Ruby, and my least favorite generation's Gen 3. I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but yeah. I had to fight my way through that playthrough. Wake up Sunday to get to school, 8:30 for do 4 exams, each in a 20-minute break. Then I'm meeting up with my boyfriend, got a meeting, be at 5:30. Alright. And that's a long day. That is a long day. We're gonna give Vicar one more try. Beat her or not. That way, when I stream this next time, we'll be a little closer to a better grind spot. But I'm probably gonna try to do my best to get some I'm gonna definitely get me Ludwig before I progress too much further. Oh my god. Sorry to hear that. I'm feeling exhausted just already from just it being late. But I'm not as insomniac as you are, but goddamn. Ow! Come on, man. Oh, right, sack bro. Ugh. You're here because I beat BSB now. I totally hit you there. I don't need to get sacked, even though that's some decent souls. I could also go fight Parl after that. But I want to wait till I get a boar. Get a boar? I want to get a boar! Get more in me. Get more souls inside of me. Touch the demon inside me. Alright, that was a fail parry. Or, riposte! Yeah, no, that's the problem with sleep. Oh, Jesus. Sleep deprivation is your body just literally fails. Read that in a moment. There's a gunner on me! Damn it! I can tell my body's starting to shut down but my brain is just being way too active for me to be able to fall asleep. God, that's the worst. Oversleeping. Yeah, and if you have to be up early anyway, going to bed now, depending on how late it is, will end up making you more tired in the long run. Because you're getting some sleep and then still waking up a few hours later. It's not worth sometimes. It's almost better just to stay up, but damn, man, that's gotta suck. I honestly, if I was dating you and or any girl who had that same problems, I would literally do my best to try to help them sleep, if anything. Like, I don't know how. It would probably break me down badly watching how badly your body's deteriorating because of the lack of sleep. Like, it would hurt me just because I would care about that person. Ugh. I can't imagine how your boyfriend must feel about that. It must be kind of hard on him to know that the person he cares about is slowly, like, losing sleep and stuff more and more, and their body's being harmed by it. Because trust me, I feel the effects on my body because of the lack of sleep. My brain I feel like slowly my brain is being suffocated by how stupid and how dumb my brain can be sometimes. Like right there. Like for some reason I forgot again that he's a fucking flamethrower. There it goes. There's an example of my brain being a derp. That's not because of lack of sleep, but that's just because I'm a derp. But that's also because lack of sleep has caused my brain to deteriorate because of that. Oh my god. Since he went to the concert. No, I'm just saying I just don't know how. I just imagine that he might worry quite a bit about how you're conditioned and shit. I know I would if I was with you. Or any other person who had any issues like that. I know I would worry about them. It would tear me up inside just wondering if they're okay. Because I know anything can easily pit someone over the edge. Like we were talking about earlier. Something can just happen. And you may not want to live. I don't know. Shit happens. Life is a bitch. I mean, the last thing I read on suicide was a kid who was not even... What was he? He wasn't even in high school, I think. had a similar lifestyle experience and bullies like I did. Probably a little worse. But he had loved ones and family, and I'm sure he would have had a fine life. But he ended it at such a young age. And I don't know his full life story, but his bullying, from what I read, doesn't seem any worse than what mine was. He might have gotten beaten up more, I don't know. But he was picked on just as bad as I was. For the most part. All it takes is one wrong person to say something and it can ruin the person's whole world. It don't matter what you have. Honestly, you're not fucking hell. You're not thinking about that, honestly, when you're upset and depressed. You're not really thinking about the people you have, despite you should. Because you're affecting them. Every action you do affects the people around you. But when people are upset like that, they don't think about that, really, honestly. Their world is crashing down around them. Nothing else is on their mind but wanting to end that suffering. Some people go through with it and survive. Yes, they come out actually worse for wear because they survived a serious incident, whether it's stabbing themselves, shooting themselves, falling off a cliff, bridge. I watched a video of a dude surviving a drop from the Golden Gate. I think it was the Golden Gate. I could be wrong. Someone tried to commit suicide and survived. And he's happier for it. He's actually in good condition from what I saw. But he's a lot better. I mean, not saying that go and have a near-death experience, but sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. Some people come out of it worse for wear. This guy came out in for the better. Some people end up a vegetable, which makes their life even worse. Because then they can no longer do all the things they could before. They can probably no longer have kids, depending on their paralyzed state. They can no longer work. It sucks. So I don't want to go down that route. Empty sympathy, etc. I really cannot process them well enough to know what to do. Come across as worried, etc. It's just me thinking, I'm also reading chat. I shouldn't be doing that right now. But yeah, no, I feel ya. Don't know how he died to you. I understand you. What the fuck, controller? I don't know if my controller is starting to break or it's gotten dead zone issues, but my character is slowly moving on its own sometimes. My controller, I do notice that it is starting to fall apart. Like, it is, my system is getting up there in a few years, but like, I didn't think my controller would be starting to break this quick! Like, I already somewhat notice it with, I think, square or circle. One of the two is sometimes doesn't process right a lot, especially in the Souls games. God! Why am I dying to the easiest guy in the world? Positioning, damn it! Why am I even killing them? I said I was going to Vicar Amelia. State of World War III in my head? Oh my god. I'm here for you. I'm always here for anyone. I've had my friends want to beat the crap out of me because I was talking about suicide to a person online I met many years ago, and like, they wouldn't like really beat me up, but they definitely would probably punch me a few times. Like, my friends were ready to literally, yeah, they didn't let me hear the end of it, essentially. So at least I know I have people who care. Like, my friends may pick on me in ways that I prefer them to stop. Like, I'm very sensitive too. It doesn't take much for me to get upset by a lot of things. And I'm always the guy who doesn't really like to joke a lot of the times because of how I've been picked on, and I don't know, I take a lot of things seriously sometimes and whatnot. So, but yeah, like, at least I do have some people who care. I just wish they would respect my wishes sometimes, and I want people to like stop annoying me for certain things. But that only makes it do it more. I just don't like it that I have to ignore it, because that's kind of hard for me to do. I just want a few extra souls, but I keep dying. I took a weird way here again. Could have gone the other way, or whatever, it's fine. Hello? 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 Damn dog! Dog! Oh, come on! Oh, come on! I can't focus on multiple enemies like that. Especially dogs and one dude, man. They make it so annoying because the dog aggroes me enough and freaking runs around and dodges me enough for the guy to come back and backstab me in the fucking face hole. I don't know how to handle that. I don't know how to handle you either. Ah, Jesus! Come on! Alright, fuck you then. Fuck getting souls. Obviously, they don't like me. I've never died this bad. I'm like that too, but I just have to mask over my face and ignore it like hell. And then get home and break down, even worse when you're alone, because how hard it is just to pretend. Yep. Yup. Putting on a straight face. Putting on a happy face. Yep, I do that a lot. Trust me, it's rare for me to really express that to people I don't really know. Because I don't know how, like, I feel like, again, people are just going to be like, what the hell, just shut up. Like, you know, but when you find people who actually have the same issues or talk to you about yours and doesn't shut you up, it's really, really nice. Excuse you! Why is everything killing me? Why am I playing, why is this game full of enemies that want me dead? Why is every video game full of shit that want you dead? Excuse you. Oh, right, this ladder. Forgot about this ladder. Ah! Ow! My God! I know you have the double barrel, but god damn you. So they want to express their hatred onto the world. Well, they're expressing it onto me. Maybe because the rest of the world's dead. I don't know. Ah, fucking hell! I rolled, not jumped, you fuck! God. Like, I know I double tapped it, but sometimes, like, that's just a reaction. I don't literally mean to. Like, right there, I didn't. Like, I'm just trying to roll. It's so hard to do while running sometimes. I can't just let go and hit it, because that causes me to jump. So I have to, like, slowly do it, and that's really annoying. Like, I don't know, that's why I jump. I don't mean to, but I jump a lot more than I roll while running sometimes. It's annoying. And that's what happened there. I let go of it too fast. I didn't actually hit the button multiple times. I couldn't see with all your fucking hair. Oh god, I'm not used to that delay. What the hell? What was that? Okay. That attack, though, I sworn I dodged it. What the fuck? I don't know your attacks, apparently. I am rusty. I am very rusty. I dodged, please. Ugh. I hate Stampy Stomp hitboxes. I dodged that! I was actually in animation for it! The hell's my timing? I am losing more blood vials than I am hurting her. My god, what is going on? Fuck. What is going... I'm tired, I'm done. I can't. I don't know. I am just not doing good at all anymore. That is the worst Vicar Amelia fight I think I've ever had. I think I'm losing it for the Souls games. Not losing it as in I hate or not liking them anymore. I just think I lost despite having played them for so long. I know I've taken my long breaks from these games, but I think I'm just lost my natural ability at these games. I'm a lot better at these. But I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's because I'm streaming. Most of the time whenever people see me or I'm recording something, I think I do worse. Most likely, because I'm trying to meet a somewhat of a standard. I'm trying to be entertaining, for one, for people who enjoy commentary. I personally cannot watch a stream without commentary, or a YouTube video. That's just how I am. I need some sort of interaction, and that's mostly what I watch that stuff for. The game is nice, but the interaction and getting to know cool people who enjoy the same stuff you do, I enjoy that more than the game usually. But yeah, thank you. I definitely do need it. I don't know what's going on with me today. Join me tomorrow for if you can, some PSO. We'll play that for a little bit, and then I'll probably get on something else. I don't know exactly what. It's kind of meeting a set schedule, but it's not going to be like set in stone. It's not going to be the same games. Won't always happen every week or the same day. But more or less, I'm going to be trying to beat through as many games as possible. I want to get back on Borderlands 3. I need to get back on Borderlands 1 and finish that up. I want to get back. I want to start 2, and I will be doing 3 before I do 2, but I want to start playing that again. I only did one stream of it. Borderlands is a good game, but shooters aren't really my thing. So I was not too hyped as some people were for Borderlands. But yes. Thanks for the stream and chats. Hey, no problem. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the love. Not often that I see many people, specifically one of my long times. Well, Charlotte wasn't here. It hasn't been here that long, but she's been here long enough to merit Ahmad, and we've become pretty close friends. I think, on a stream. I don't know her personally, but I feel like we've come close enough. She knows quite a bit about my personal life, so it's nice. You know what I mean? That's what I want. So it's nice to have you join. Stick around long enough, and I need some consistent chatters. Maybe once my chat grows big enough, I expect to have you help mod. I need to replace some of my older mods because they're either not around anymore because of work or they don't watch me anymore. I don't know if any of them do, but I could use some more, hopefully consistent mods. I know there's going to be times where you won't be able to join at all, like Charlene and my buddy. But if you think you like and you want to stick around, I definitely think you're awesome. I could definitely would like you as a mod. That'd be cool. But yeah, have a good one. Feel free to watch any of my previous streams and check out my YouTube channel. Feel free to watch any of my previous streams on that. Have a good one, and I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, about 4 p.m., depending on how long I work for. I'm always going to start streaming either around 4, 5, or 6. It's never going to be any time after that unless something happens. So I'll usually say something on social media. Here, if you see this, you can go and follow me on Twitter. I also have a Facebook, but it's more personal, even though I do post stuff there. But if you want to follow me on Twitter and keep updated on when I stream, I always post there when I stream. And if anything happens, or if I don't feel like streaming, I will post it there. I don't know because Twitch took down their update wall thing. I don't know what happened. So I can't leave updates on my Twitch page anymore. I don't know when that was removed, but yeah. So yeah, stick around, join the Twitter, follow me on there, check out my YouTube, enjoy.